I think the only drum or drumming related movie I've seen in my life so far is Drumline. I don't know if y'all have seen the Drumline Nick Cannon. Can you guys hear my cat? He wants to come in. I know that this movie is about drumming, is about artistry, maybe to a toxic length. That's all I know about the movie, and I think, what's his name? I want to say J. Jonah Jameson, but that is not his name. That's a character he played in Spider-Man. Why can't I remember his name? J.K. Simmons. There we go. J.K. Simmons is great in everything he does. I'm currently enjoying J.K. Simmons in Invincible as Omni-Man, Mark's dad. You should watch Invincible, by the way. So he's great in everything he does. So let's check out this movie. Please hit that like button. It helps out the channel so much. Shout out to all of you for watching, and shout out to my Patreon for the support. I know you guys can still hear my cat, but we're just gonna ride with it. I'm sorry you can't come in, Squid. Let's check out Whiplash. I also heard this was an indie film, which is awesome. For an independent film to be this critically acclaimed, you just love it, man. And I'm looking forward to how I'll relate to this movie being an artist as well. Let's check it out. Title card, Whiplash. Okay. Oh, I love this green monotone shot. That's our main character, yes? Oh, he's really going in. So I imagine he had to get this good for this role.
I'm sorry.
No, stay.
There he goes.
Andrew Neiman, sir.
Andrew.
Here are you?
First year?
You know who I am?
Yes, sir.
Who is he?
So you know I'm looking for players. Then why did you stop playing?
I already love his vibe. So he must be a professor, right?
Did I ask you to start playing again?
Uh-oh.
Stopped playing, and your version of an answer was to turn into a wind-up monkey.
Jesus Christ.
Show me your rudiments.
Okay, he seems a bit direct.
No, double time. Double it.
Can he do it faster? Oh, he left. Shit. Okay, right off the back, J.K. Simmons' character has given me the vibe that he is not here for fun and games. Very direct, very assertive. Definitely a huge power dynamic there. Let's see.
Forgot my jacket.
I have a feeling there will be some psychological games in this show, in this movie. So I'm guessing he'll be trying to make it into the band or the orchestra. Oh, we're getting very jazzy. I love that the movie is very green. It feels like The Matrix in a way, you know?
No Swedish fish?
Not today.
That's a beautiful smile they both shared. He's so gonna ask her out. Putting the chocolate and the popcorn is wild.
You got plenty of options still.
What does that mean? Options.
Just, you know,
Yikes.
it's just life.
Other options.
You get perspective.
I don't want perspective.
Is that in support of his music career? Or, I don't know what those convos are like.
I don't understand you.
I don't understand you.
Villain, man. Come on, man.
Is this just class, or is this the band he's trying to get into?
Don't worry about Greg. Get the dick.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Who's he?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right. Billy's in from the top, yes?
If you guys would allow, obviously, I would like to like shed some light on like being in art school and going to art school in college. But those are some of the best classes ever, because there's something about an art class that's not like a regular class, just because like regular classes have like a certain decorum, like you come in, you sit down, you open your books or start your lecture. But art classes, it was just like the Wild West, but in a good way, where like you're prepping your easels or your paintbrushes or your pencils, and maybe you guys are painting a model or something like that. It was just a break from the normal ways classes went. which I really appreciated. And like just seeing this now, and first thing they're doing in class is playing music, you know, it's fun to both watch and experience. Oh, he's just observing.
Wait, whoa. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Who's watching? Is that the professor? Whose class is this? Is he sneaking into? He saw it. Oh wow, he's working on it. Wow, you can tell he wants it so bad. I mean, practicing this hard till you're soaking in sweat. Yeah, there's some determination there. Oh, he got to pick up the pace, huh?
Enough of that. Just back to the core drums, please. Core players, let's go.
Uh-oh. He just barged in. Excuse you.
May I?
I'm gonna hate him, aren't I?
3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, all right.
Damn.
3, 4.
Yikes. He's testing them in real time.
3, 4. Yep, that's fine. Let's hear a little double time swing.
He's low-key such a dick.
Behind.
So I'm getting this impression that he's this like hotshot professor in the college that like just feels like he can barge into people's class mid-lecture and just do whatever he wants, and he has leeway. He is crushing this people's confidence. And I have a story about some professors like that I have witnessed that later in the reaction I'll tell you guys, but let's see where this is going.
Drums with me. No, other drums.
Interesting. I wonder what he sees in him, because he was equally not impressed in both of them.
16 tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Don't be late.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
Look at them.
I see you in here a lot, and I think that you're really pretty, and would you want to go out with me?
That's so cute.
Please go away.
She's joking, right?
I'm so sorry.
I'm just messing with you.
I'm like, that is crazy.
Sorry.
That's actually pretty mean.
No,
Good one.
get off at 7 on Monday.
Okay.
You want to meet me
Oh,
here?
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
It's so cute to watch, man. That was a beautiful interaction. Oh shit, you're late. This is gonna be bad. Oh, so it's just both of them? Or was this some kind of test? He waited for 3 hours?
Nah, it's not that bad, man. She's a go-go dancer. She
Jesus. So he just made this man wait for 3 hours for no reason.
You the new alternate?
Yeah, I'm Andrew Neiman.
Tune the set to B flat rehearsal.
Sure.
Oh wow.
Excuse me, get a B flat.
I won't be surprised if all his students are like him. Right, the drummer low-key acts like him.
It's a great kid.
Interesting. They must have some weird traditions in here. See the way they all got up? That is wild. I've never seen him this serious in any role I've seen him in before. No salutations, no nothing. They all look terrified of him.
We got a squeaker today, people. Neiman, 19 years old.
Squeaker.
All right, gang. Whiplash.
Name drop. It's like some military shit right here. I was even holding my breath. Oh, they're jamming.
Parker, that is not your boyfriend's dick. Do not come early. Bar 93.
Jesus Christ.
6. Man.
I mean, it's no surprise that someone this regimented and someone this strict has a class that is this good and this talented, because they've been like ironed into darn near perfection. Does he have some kind of military background, or I wonder what his childhood was like. He must be feeling all the pressure.
We have an
Uh-oh.
out-of-tune player here. Before I continue, would that player care to identify himself?
This is rough.
115. 5, 6, and.
He's so anal about everything, you know?
Now, either you are deliberately playing out of tune and sabotaging my band. 5, 6, and. He's here.
He's like a freaking seeking missile finding the culprit.
Tell me it's not you, Elmer Fudd.
I think he's trying to make an example out of the person.
Play.
They're terrified.
Do you think you're out of tune?
Yes.
Then why the f didn't you say so? Jackson, congratulations, you're fourth chair. Metz, why are you still sitting there? Get the f out!
Man, f you. At this point, f your band, honestly. Because that's the thing, when you're a teacher or leader and people fear you more than they respect you, like, you've already lost. You feel me? Like, you've already lost. And I know there are going to be conversations that will start about this between, like, very hard and aggressive parenting versus very, like, gentle and more like loved, calm-based, like parenting style and discipline and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm ready for those convos, whether in the reactions or in the comment section, but F that, man.
For the record, Metz wasn't out of tune. You were, Erickson, but he didn't know, and that's bad enough.
He's such a prick, oh my God.
When we get back, the squeaker's on.
Wow. He's definitely not likable, but let's see if there's a character arc to be had.
Andrew. Parents musicians?
No.
What do they do?
My dad's a writer. I guess he's more of a teacher, really.
Oh. Well, you just gotta listen to the greats then. Buddy Rich, Joe Jones. The key is to just relax. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about what the other guys are thinking.
How can he relax with you there?
You're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Say it.
I think he's on some manipulative bullshit right now. Like, he's trying to get into this poor boy's head. Which I was thinking when he came into his class the previous day and kind of picked him, and Andrew was kind of smiling. In the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, Andrew, I know you're happy you're gonna be playing with this prestigious band, but Lord have mercy, you better buckle up. And I think there's definitely some like mind games and manipulation going on here. People like him just make me feel icky, man. The type of people that think they have to break you down to build you back up. There are other ways to create growth.
I'm here for a reason.
Look how he's looking at him like fresh meat. I think he gave him a false sense of confidence, honestly.
Little under tempo, okay? Neiman, just do your best.
Uh-oh.
5, 6, and.
You know he about to stop them very soon.
Got Buddy Rich here.
He's f***ing with him, huh?
Let's pick it up at 17. Not quite my tempo. Downbeat on 18.
Man, he's just grilling him.
6, 7. You're rushing. Here we go. 6, and. Dragging just a hair.
This is like the 7th time. What the f, man?
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head, Neiman?
No.
Sure you do. Were you rushing or were you dragging? Start counting.
5, 6, 7.
In 4, damn it! Look at me!
1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Did he smack him?
No. Was I rushing or was I dragging?
No. No. Hey man, I'm a man of peace, but I'm never gun shy, man. This is some bullshit right here. If a professor put their hands on me, or I see a professor putting their hands on someone, yeah, we're getting expelled that day. What the hell is this? Okay, at first it was like low-key like borderline verbal abuse. Not borderline verbal abuse, but now it's like physical. It's like how can someone concentrate or even bring the best out of them with that much pressure on their necks? No positive reinforcement, no nothing, just tearing him down. And putting his hands on him? Anybody, any of you watching this right now that think this is okay, just skip the video, man. You're not gonna like the rest of this reaction.
Now, are you a rusher or are you a dragger? I didn't know they allowed retards into Schaefer. Am I to understand that you cannot read tempo? Answer!
Russian.
Are you one of those single-tier people?
Guys, I am speechless right now because J.K. Simmons is such a wonderful actor. He's really selling this. Like, I legit hate this man right now. Wow. He had a fatphobic line, he had a homophobic line, and now he's freaking belittling him for being emotional. Oh, grade A piece of shit. And nobody in the class are gonna say anything because he kind of has his thumb over them.
You are upset. Say it.
I'm upset.
Louder!
I'm upset.
Louder!
Upset.
You are a friendless little piece of shit whose mommy left daddy and who is now weeping and slobbering all over my drum set.
Start practicing harder, Neiman.
Jesus Christ, I am speechless. And that was day one. It just hit me that was day one. Because of him, my smoothie don't even taste good anymore. He just traumatized that kid right there. But I love this though, it don't seem like he's gonna back down. Cause I feel like he's one of those types that like he's gonna freaking abuse you and make you personally like innately want to get better to prove him wrong. When you do get better and show him that you can do this, that you are good enough, that you are hardworking enough, I feel like he's the type that's gonna be like, it was my plan all along. Sick fuck. This movie is making me heated. I wasn't expecting this. Because I'm sure there's just as much artists that didn't go through this kind of grueling manipulation and abuse and they made it fine. Bro, he's having blisters from the drums sticks. God. But I do understand though, fighting so hard for what you believe in. God. First date.
I really like the music that they play.
At least something positive.
You know, every time I saw you at the theater, your eyes were glued to the floor.
Really? Trouble making eye contact.
My parents like to...
What do you do?
I go to Fordham.
But like, what do you want to study?
I don't really know.
She's just like me.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, you can feel it.
I don't love it there, to be honest. I don't know, I guess it's just the people. I don't know if they like me very much.
I love that they're finding something to bond over though, because like there was a little bit of tension earlier when, you know, there's this whole thing with some of the kids back in school that they have their whole plan and everything from when they were down to where they're gonna work when they graduate. There were those kids, and obviously there are other students who they're just living in the moment. They have a vague idea of what they want their life to be, but they're just living in the moment. I think I was one of those kids, but there was this thing about the kids who were prepared and have a plan, feeling like they were in some way superior. You know what I mean? To the rest who didn't have it all figured out. So I could see there was that tension earlier, but I think it's dying down now that they're kind of bonding with the fact that both of their schools or the people don't like them that much. But let's see where it goes though.
I still go to the movies with my dad.
Yes. They're playing footsie, I'm dead. Do they have an event or something?
Listen up, packers. Hurry the f*** up. Get your music.
He switched so quick.
Everybody remember, Lincoln Center and its ilk use these competitions to decide who they're interested in and who they're not. My reputation in that department tarnished by a bunch of limp dick, sour notes, flexible tempo dipshits. Got it? One more thing. Eugene, give me that.
Every time he opens his mouth, it's like someone's confidence is getting destroyed.
Go, hurry the
Stop, let's go.
Everybody in the band is like him now, because he has conditioned them to be that way, because they follow his lead, right?
Conservatory studio band.
Whenever they play, it sounds so good, and I'm just vibing. I mean, I could predict how the movie might end, but I'm not sure it would end the way I think it would, honestly. I don't know if this will have a happy ending. Well, that was short.
Hold on to this for the second set.
Please, maybe? Little punk.
I need to look at the music.
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Oh, hell. Oh, hell.
You're joking, right?
I have no... No, I literally... No, I swear, I just had it here 2 seconds ago.
Relax.
I'm sorry.
Relax. Oh, he know he's too, but...
Jesus Christ, where have you been? The folder is your responsibility, Tanner.
I can't go on stage. I don't know the charts. I can't.
I can.
Oh. Oh.
You know Whiplash by heart.
Yes, sir. Every measure.
Well, you better hope your memory doesn't fail you.
I am so freaking nervous for Andrew right now. I'm not gonna lie. So freaking nervous for him, because this man is a fucking animal. Perfection. Okay, kid. He's worried AF. Uh-oh. That face he made, I can't even read it. Seems like it's going good so far. Wow, they won. Surprising.
It's my folder, man.
Everybody in the band is a dick.
Do not touch this kid.
Fair, he did lose it.
Tanner, what are you doing? It's core only today. I don't have time for alternates. Cherokee.
Oh, he replaced him instantly.
Don't forget to turn Neiman's pages.
Oh, demoted immediately. I mean, I'm happy for him. He's getting progression, but that just means more responsibility to that asshole. Aw. It's been a month, so I'm guessing they've gotten closer.
Is that from Drummond? Yeah. No. Yeah, I think he likes me more now.
His opinion means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make a little comment on that, what his dad asked him about his opinion mean a lot. And I'll explain this as quick as I can. Being an artist and being in art school and having professors that are not just professors, but they're like practicing artists in the nation and in the community. Some of my professors were like renowned artists that are selling their paintings for like hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And there's this pedestal you automatically put them in, regardless of if you want to or not, because you know that, oh, this successful ass artist is taking their time to teach us how to paint. So there's a level of acknowledgement you want from them, and there's this high level of passion and drive you have to put into your own progression to impress them. I mean, none of my professors were this toxic, but even the ones that weren't trying to be mean or direct or anything, like, you just want to impress them because you hold what they think about you in such high regard. When one of my favorite professors, the first time like verbally acknowledged me and my progression and my skill, you would think God came down to earth and gave me a high five. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy to explain. I mean, some of us can understand. It's just like how people break down the first time their parents tell them they love them, or their dad or mom tell them they love them for the first time. It's like, especially in their adulthood, because you've never heard that ever, and you've been maybe trying to dig or get their acknowledgement or their approval of you your whole life, that when you finally get it, it's like this weight lifted off your shoulder. You know, like someone telling you they're proud of you. And, you know, some of those professors, like 5-7 years later, like, I'm a practicing artist as well. And like, I've had paintings in the same exhibitions with them, you know, and it means a lot. I was at a gala this last Saturday, and my painting professor also had a painting in the show I was in as well. And like, you know, we greeted each other, hugged each other, and you just feel good. So I just wanted to mention that, like, how how much pressure there can be to be acknowledged by someone you have on a pedestal, someone you hold in very high regard. And obviously, if you have a similar thing like that you want to share, let me know in the comments. I'll love to read it.
No, what happened?
Drive got named this year's MVP.
That's fantastic.
Soon to be Rhodes Scholar, and who knows
Oh, wow.
what else. The talent at this table, that is stunning.
That just overtook his own announcement.
Yeah, I mean, it's going really, really well, actually. I'm part of Schaefer's top jazz, the best in the country.
Well, how do you know when's in a music competition? Isn't it subjective?
No, it's not an actual studio.
Are you going to tell him about your game this week?
So annoying.
Is that true? That's fantastic.
No, it's Division 3.
Get him, Andrew.
Got any friends, Andy?
No, I don't know. I just never really saw the use. Charlie Parker didn't know anybody until Joe Jones threw a symbol at his head.
So that's your idea of success?
Dying broke and drunk and full of heroin at the age of 34 is not exactly my idea of success.
I'd rather die drunk, broke at 34 and have people at a dinner table talk about me than live to be rich and sober at 90 and nobody remember who I was.
They are cooking each other at this dinner table. And obviously, it's obvious if you've ever been to college or you grew up in a college town or stuff like this, it's like obviously a lot of parents put a lot of their chips in the sports department. Like there are parents who grilled their kids to be in sports because maybe they want their glory for themselves. But like things like art, liberal arts, ethics, and stuff like that are kind of viewed as, you know, not as important or not as impressive. So this battle they're having on this table is, but something deeper that also occurred here is that even though his father is supportive, when the pressure is on, some of that true side comes out, you know? Like him saying being dead and this is not what I call like success, you know, because yes, he is supportive of Andrew, but I feel sometimes when the heat is on, like I said earlier, some of that real thoughts kind of seep out. Or maybe that's just him wanting his son to be safe and not wanting his son to end up like that obvious example he mentioned. But I mean, it was clear. You could see how everything he said, they just quickly moved past it and went to like prop up the sports or this win or he's the MVP of there. But Andrew wasn't slacking, man. He said that's D3. That's not even Division 2. Talk less Division 1. So again, I love that he didn't just take all the BS. He actually said something back. But conflicts like this just kind of bring out an ugly side in you that you would rather not have there, and a toxic side in you. It's kind of like when my wife said, Frank, anytime I see you respond to trolls online or in your comment section, it shows me and a lot of your audience a side of you that we don't necessarily love, because that's not what we're here for. We're here because of the kind of man and the kind of channel you have curated. So anytime we see you getting ugly in the comment section with people who are trying to be ugly, I mean, if you're fighting with a clown in the circus, like there are two clowns in that circus at that point, you feel me? So I peeped that with him here because like his need to validate his pursuit in the ugliness that was going on in this table kind of forced him to take some ugly jabs at them too that he probably wouldn't have taken. But that was hot though. Whew, they were going at it. And he's really motivated.
Okay, guys, get out of here. Rehearsal 9 p.m. sharp tonight. Neiman, stick around a minute.
Uh-oh. This is not going to be good.
See the tempo marking on there?
Quarter note equals 330.
That is a double time swing. I recently stumbled across another kid, so I'm going to give him a shot.
Am I late?
Perfect timing. Come on in, Connolly.
Hey, what's up, Andrew?
That's his former classmate.
So, Neiman, go ahead, jump on the kit. We'll take it from the top.
That's crazy. Because pitting them is against each other now. He is so manipulative. Like, when I say all this, please note that I do see the value of competition. I do see the value of hard work. I do recognize the value of like going balls to the wall to learn something and crack a code. I do see the value of all these in a fucking safe space. He is not a safe space, because with this, there's gonna be trauma that follows this. Even though drilling them like this will breed success, I feel like it's low-key tainted, because you're this successful, but deep inside, like you're broken, like you're traumatized, like you're hurt, like you feel belittled and all these things like that. You feel me? So like, I do see the good in all these things, but let's not ignore the negatives. Let's keep it 100.
Not quite my tempo. Connolly?
It's already working. Their head. He's gonna do it better than him, huh?
Perfect, Connolly.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, talk
That
to him.
shit?
Yes, talk to him. Let him hear you.
Why would
Now
you do
is
that?
not the time, I swear to God. If you want the part, earn it.
Damn.
This is why I don't think that we should be together. And I've thought about it a lot, and this is what's
Hello?
because I'm doing that, it's going to take up more and more of my time, and I'm not going to be able to spend as much time with you. I'm going to be thinking about jazz music and my charts and all that.
Ooh.
Those reasons, I'd rather just, break it off clean.
Wow. In a way, I do appreciate the honesty. Honestly, instead of like dragging her along, this might hurt, but I low-key appreciate the honesty. Instead of doing this or like cheating on her or doing some other shit, like the resentment and everything. That's why I don't get when people cheat. Like, just tell them that I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore, instead of hurting them and letting them find out by themselves and stuff like that. It's like, wow, this is wild though. He's so determined, prioritizing one thing over the other. It's painful, man.
I want to be one of the greats.
And I would stop you from doing that.
For real, wow.
Yeah.
And when I did see you, you treat me like shit because I'm just some girl who doesn't know what she wants. You won't be able to give me the time of day because you have bigger things to pursue.
She's calling him out. I love that.
That's exactly my point.
What's wrong with you?
Right. It's crazy, right? Because in this case, I'm sorry I'm pausing a lot, but I mean, you guys came here for a reaction, but two things can be right at once, right? I feel like he was just focused on his side. You can argue that is valid, right? His side is valid. Like, he knows he lacked the capacity to focus on both. So he was upfront. But from her point of view, two things can be right at once. It's like, you should have trusted me enough or given me enough, what's the word? Essentially, you should have given me enough like trust and to know that like I can handle that. That like I'm gonna support you going for your dreams, but like let me be the one making that choice of what I can and cannot handle. So yeah, and I can see how from her point of view definitely feels a little bit like insulted because of what she explained. Like you think you want to be great, fine by that, but you also think I'm just gonna be here doing nothing, making nothing about my life, and it's just about you. So I feel her point 100%, and I also hear what he's trying to say. This is wild. I love this. This is making me like think about things and have some convos. And you know, early we talked about how because the professor is such a toxic man. Holy fuck. But we talked about how because he was a toxic man, he makes his students also that way. And we're so slowly seeing him become something we didn't recognize, that we can't recognize.
Sorry, we have a new player, Ryan Connolly. Put your instruments down for a minute.
Uh-oh. What's going on here?
Just listen for a minute. 6 years ago, came across a kid in a practice room working on his scales.
Uh-oh.
And the faculty were all telling him, maybe this isn't for you. Marsalis made him third trumpet at Lincoln Center. A year later, he was first. His name was Sean Casey.
Interesting.
I found out this morning that died yesterday. In a car accident.
Wow. So he does care about something.
I just thought you should know.
And look at him being a one-eye crier or a one-tear crier. Same thing you were shaming Andrew for.
Let's get to work, huh? How about,
J.K. Simmons is a beautiful actor.
2. Not quite right, Connolly. I'd like to try Neiman on this.
I was like, Conley's about to get it, honestly.
The time for Neiman to earn the part. 2.
Pressure is on.
Nope, I guess not. Tanner, we will stay here for as long as it takes until one of you can play in time.
Yikes. They're still doing it. It's almost midnight.
That really the fastest you can play? You worthless Jaime.
Let's go with the Irish Mick fucking patty cracker now. You know,
Someone freaking talk back at him. Bro, he is bringing the worst out of them.
get up!
They're all bleeding.
Get up!
This is insane. Nah, you gonna have to see me outside, bro. He's bleeding on the drums. Is that your tempo, asshole? Like...
Neiman, you earned the part.
Okay, we can start now.
Oh, we're start. You know, at this point, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? And I know there's people who's going to be on the whole never give up, never surrender vibe, but I know failure is important. I know all these things are important, but in a safe environment, bro.
5 p.m. call tomorrow in Denellen.
Like, some of them are not going to recover from this. Which is unfortunate that your goal and your dreams are tied to a piece of shit like this. Like, he's a gatekeeper in what you're trying to achieve. That's the tragedy. I'm still very upset about what happened with his girlfriend.
Hey, excuse me, do you know where the cabs are? Okay, I gotta get to Hardgrove. Come on, please, come on,
Oh, they're closed.
Come on, come on.
Andrew, for the love of... Did he forget the folder on the chair?
Yeah, hello?
At least he didn't get pulled over for speeding.
Glad you could fit us into your busy schedule, darling.
I know, look, I'm sorry.
Connolly's playing the part.
Yeah, like fucking hell he's playing my part.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah, tell him again.
I earned that part.
You
Tell
never earned
him.
anything. God, you are a self-righteous prick. The only reason you're a fucking core is because you misplaced a folder.
Just back off.
Yeah, shut up. Yes, because all of you ride his toxic, misogynistic, like homophobic dick because y'all are scared of him. Sometimes you gotta speak up. You gotta break that facade like he's not f***ing God. This movie's pissing me off.
5:30, that's in exactly 11 minutes. My band is on stage. Or if you make one mistake, I will drum your ass back to Nass or drop out.
That's bullshit.
That's my part, I'll be on your stage.
Right, because like I feel like he's bullshitting because you should have cut him right there. Like, you know that Andrew is the best drummer there. So like, if you were really about that life, you should have cut him right there. But you didn't. You still gave him a chance to go get his sticks. So all that rah-rah you're doing is, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You're a manipulator, and that's just what you're doing there.
Okay, look, why don't you just tell Fletcher that I'm coming, you mother...
Man. Oh. Jesus. I was thinking he was gonna get pulled over. This man is determined to get there. Jesus Christ. Bro, are you okay? So he's just gonna walk in there bleeding. I'm in shock. Again, he needs him. That is why he's not kicking him out, even though he's bloodied up. He needs him, and he knows he needs him. That's the thing with abusers and manipulators. Like, regardless of all the bullshit they say, they still need you for something. Whether it's comfort, whether it's sex, whether it's anything, they still need you for something. So regardless of how they try to make you feel like you're irrelevant or insufficient, most of the time they still need you and still benefit from you. You know, that's why whenever you get the courage to leave an abusive relationship or take yourself away from a toxic situation, a lot of the times the abusers, in a weird way, they miss you. Because they're no longer like leeching off you or benefiting from you and like the abuse they were putting you through. So like this bald knows he needs Andrew. God. I'm sounding so pissed. People are gonna watch these reactions and be like, Frank, we've never seen you this angry. You deal with people like this in real life, man. For real. Like, too many people are like this in real life. I know. I'm looking at it in a meta sense. I know this is a movie or this is J.K. Simmons. Like, I know that. But there's people like this walking around. He needs Andrew. This kid is bloodied up. Does he have a concussion or something? Like, can someone grab his stick for him? I can almost feel the pain he's feeling, if that makes sense. I should have known. My wife was telling me about this movie
Neiman,
and why I should watch it.
you're done.
He can be, man. He's not gonna let himself. Yes, sir. What do you mean he's done? After what you put him through, what you mean he's done?
Fletcher, you! Get off!
Someone had to tell him.
Does the name Sean Casey mean anything to you? Know of his death?
Death?
Himself in his apartment.
Sean Casey?
They don't want to file suit.
Is Casey the bigger kid that he made an example of? Wow.
To make sure that Terence Fletcher is never allowed to do this to another student.
For real. And honestly, if you're watching this reaction and you're the type to be like, that kid was weak, get the f out. Like, unlike the video, unsubscribe, get the f out. Yeah, if you're the type to think that, oh, a teacher pressured you and you ended, we don't even need people like you on this channel. Honestly, not worth the stress, not worth the conversation. That is wild. Yeah, I guess is that kid that he made an example of. Wow. I mean, the closest I've gotten to experience that, not to this extent, obviously, God no, is like, so in art school, right? In your 4-year career there as a student, we have like 3 major, I think it's 2 or 3 major like art critiques. So what that means is you, maybe after your first year and a half, you meet up with 4 faculty members from the art department. It's usually 4 of the arts professors in different mediums of art, and you bring everything you have done, both personal and in class, in this room, and it's like a portfolio review, it was called. That's the word. So like you just spread out your whole artwork, and essentially they are going to review your progression and everything and score you from a 1 to a 4. 4 meaning you're taking names and kicking ass. 1 meaning maybe you should change your major from art to something else. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, has always been weird to me because art is subjective and art is art. But in a college setting or an academic setting, when art is being graded, it is being graded on the skill that is being taught, if that makes sense. Like if we're teaching realism, you're being graded for how well you're taking up realism. If you're being if we're teaching like maybe a principle like perspective, you're being graded on how well you can paint or draw things in good perspective mathematically and whatnot. So it was always weird to me, but I understood that in an academic setting you have to be graded, because an outsider can look at 50 artworks and be like, they're all good. But in an academic setting, based on the criteria it is being judged under, like you have to look at those 50 pieces and be like, okay, 15 of them are like A+ based on the criteria that was being taught. So I get it, but like back to what I was saying, portfolio reviews, you review like the amount of work you've done in that time span. And when I tell you some students leave portfolio review in tears, like their dreams are being crushed, and my portfolio reviews haven't been terrible, because it's crazy. I don't want to even go too deep into that, but it's like I think the lowest I ever got in a review is like 3 or something. I can't remember, but it gets rough. It gets rough. Some people leave crying, and like it affects them because again, art is not just like any other like school of like learning. There's a lot of like personhood. I don't know if that's the right term, but there's a lot of you that goes into your art. So when your art is being like heavily critiqued and you don't have the lenses to view that your art is in a way separate from you from an academic standpoint, it can feel like it's a shot at you, like you're not good enough, you're not sufficient enough or stuff like that. So add everything I say with a professor like this kid that doesn't just tell you what you're doing wrong, but like belittle you, like strip you of your confidence, strips you of your agency. It's no surprise why like that kid ended it like that. Ooh. Guys, this movie is bringing a side of me that I've never seen in these reactions before. So did he cooperate? Dismissal from staff.
It's over, okay? He's out of your life. Why would you let him get away with what he did to you?
Yes.
Did he ever intentionally inflict emotional distress?
And physical distress as well. I feel he still wants that approval.
Do you think that I would let him put my son through hell and then just walk away scot-free?
For real, he's just being a dad.
That there is nothing in the world more important to me than you.
Can never tell where this movie is gonna go. He's quitting?
Just tell me what to say.
He's going forward with it. Just tell me what to say. This is sad, low-key, because that was really his dream. Like, he really wanted drumming so bad. This movie is so good, because I was thinking, as I was looking this movie up on IMDb to do, like, my spoiler-free research, I was thinking, God, like, this movie is on the, like, top 100, or I think the top 250 movies of all time on IMDb. So I was like, damn, like, what is it about this movie? Like, I knew the basic premise because the movie is so popular about drumming and maybe artistry or the drive from a toxic standpoint. So I knew the basic premise, but I was like, there must be something about this movie that puts it in the top 250. I see it. I see it. Have that ship sailed? Is Nicole even going to be interested in him anymore? Oh, he want to play at a jazz club. Terence Fletcher. Jazz is just so beautiful. Wow, he's there playing. I want to take a break, but I'm having way too much fun with this movie. Okay, him playing so gentle and so soft. So the school did terminate him. They lock eyes for a second.
Andrew.
I wonder what this conversation is going to be. They having a drink?
I'm not at Schaefer anymore.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Some parents got a kid from Sean Casey's here. Although why anybody would have anything other than peaches and cream to say about me is a mystery.
You must be joking, right? Yeah, he definitely is joking.
I get it. I know I made enemies.
Enemies?
They got me opening in a couple of weeks with a pro band. I wasn't there to conduct. Any fucking moron can wave his arms and keep people in tempo.
Please elaborate.
Beyond what's expected of him. I told you that story about how Charlie Parker became Charlie Parker, right?
Joe Jones threw a cymbal at his head.
Exactly. Parker's a young kid, pretty good on the sax, and Jones nearly decapitates him for it. Cries himself to sleep that night, but the next morning, what does he do? He practices.
I think you should also bring up examples of artists that are successful without the abusive side. Why is that being taken off the table? Like, yeah, we know about the Jackson 5 and how Joe, their dad, freaking was abusive and beat them because he wanted to push them. But I bet you there are other examples of greats that didn't have that toxic, like learning scheme or learning pattern. Like why? This made me think of the movie Good Will Hunting. If you haven't seen Good Will Hunting, you can skip a few minutes. But in that movie, Good Will Hunting, remember, both of them, both the math teacher and the therapist, Robin Williams, R.I.P., both of them wanted the best for Will. And if you remember that cold-ass argument they had at the bar, where I think the math teacher was making an example of like this prodigy to like prove his point about why he's taking a stern or harder path with Will, or being tougher on Will. But I think Robin Williams' character also made a beautiful comeback with using the example of the Unabomber. I mean, if you guys have seen Good Will Hunting, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We got to have a balance here in this conversation. It's like you can't keep bringing up this example that of someone who almost got decapitated and embarrassed, and that's what inspired them to be a great. You got to even it out too, because you're just showing one side of the argument. What about the other side of the arguments, like people and artists out there that they have become popular and famous and very successful without having a freaking drum set thrown at their head? Seems like a very disingenuous argument to support your own philosophy on how people should learn and get better. That's what I think.
And he steps up on that stage and he plays the best solo the world has ever heard. And Charlie thinks to himself, well, shit, I did do a pretty good job. End of story.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point, sir. I'm sorry, but there are better ways. No one says you have to glaze him. Like, there are ways to motivate people that can be safe. You know, you're missing the point. Like, there are methods like positive reinforcement, like different things. Like, there are ways to motivate someone without breaking them down or tearing them down, that I would argue can both be effective. I'm literally having a conversation with this man. I guess with you guys as well, because you guys are watching the video, but
that's just what the world wants now.
But is there a line?
Thank you.
You know, maybe you go too far and you discourage the next Charlie Parker from ever becoming Charlie Parker.
Exactly.
No, man, no. The truth is, Andrew, I never really had a Charlie Parker.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, listen, I have no idea how you're going to take this, but my drummer is not cutting it.
Look at him inviting Andrew.
I'm using the studio band playlist. Caravan, Whiplash.
Yeah, you always needed him. Let's do a thought experiment, right? Again, either you guys are gonna like this video or you're gonna hate it. It's one way or the other, and I'm sorry, it is what it is. Either you guys want to engage in these conversations. If you're just watching the reaction just for oohs and ahs, I'm sorry, I'm not your guy. We have conversations over here. But check this. Let's have a thought experiment. He said, good job is the worst 2 words you can ever tell someone. I would argue, good job, but let's try harder. Good job, let's pick it up tomorrow and come back harder. Good job, I see potential, let's keep doing it. Positive reinforcement works. Like, it is basic psychology, like it works. So again, he's using one side of the argument. So imagine if Baldy was the way he was, but also was less toxic and a little more encouraging. Use your expertise to give the students more pointers. Don't just point out what they're doing wrong, acknowledge them when they're doing right. That will make them double down. I feel I'm so passionate about this because I'm also an educator. I teach people paintings and stuff. I teach classes, and the thing you never want to tell a student or someone looking up to you for guidance in a certain skill set, you never want to belittle them. Because when you create a safe space, like, for example, people all think they can paint. Everybody can paint. I view painting as someone who's been painting for 8 years now. For someone whose work looked like this, my first painting class was 8 years ago. By first, I mean first actual college class, not just painting class in high school or stuff like this. My first legit painting class. And during that first day, I knew I wasn't shit, because Painting, art, all these things are a skill set. The same way when you drive your car, I always tell my students this. The first time you learned how to drive, you were probably terrified. You were probably scared as shit. But now when you step into your car to drive, you don't even think about it. It's like muscle memory for you. Before you know, you've reached where you're going. Painting is kind of like that. It's like you take your time. It's difficult, but it's a skill. Being a good artist is not talent. It's not a gift, because that takes accountability away from you and your hard work. You watching this video right now, any good thing that you think you're good at in your life right now, like you're good at, it could be playing basketball, it could be playing hockey, playing the cello, playing musical instruments, everything. There wasn't a gift, there was just an interest level, and you put in the work to get that good. So I always tell my students, it's like, you got to be nurturing for them. It's like, be a good teacher, teach them the skills, but also teach them those kind of philosophies too. But when you're breaking down a kid, a student, even though somewhere in them there's that interest, you already killed that interest, because you've made that kid believe that they're not good at painting. Again, the car analogy. Obviously, the first time you stepped into a car, you weren't that good at driving or stuff like that. But with time, you work on that skill set. So I'll make the argument that if he was less critical in an abusive way and more encouraging, he probably would have better results. And there will be no dead kid now because of his abuse. That's just how I feel. And this goes into parenting as well. Like, I'm not a parent, but I've had parents. I've seen parents and how they raise their kids. I don't have any personal experience with having a kid or raising a kid, but it's like, come on, man. Like, especially when people are young like this and their passion is burning hard, you gotta pour fuel into that fire, not water. Because are you pouring water into their fire, like you're quenching their drive and everything? No, you have to be gentle while still being assertive with like teaching them lessons. So I don't know, sir. Your students can be great without you being a piece of shit. And the annoying part is that like some people like this, especially when they're older, they're so stuck in their ways. You know what I mean? It's like, how do the saying goes? It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I think that's how the saying goes. But that was just my thought experiment. I'm like, hey, imagine what would happen if the professor was kinder, more encouraging, but still assertive. Because that's how you get students that respect you and not fear you. Those are two different motivations right there. I respect you, so I'm going to work my hardest to earn your acknowledgement because I respect you and your time and your skill. But when I fear you, it's very fear-based. I'm doing this for you, working my ass off because I don't want to fail you and I don't want the wrath from you. I hope he gets back with his girl, man.
Hey, Nicole, it's Andrew.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I'm really sorry about everything. I know that's not like pizza afterwards and...
Get it off, King. You can tell he's nervous as
I was going to check with my boyfriend.
Oh, it's done. She moved on, King. Yeah. She moved on as she should.
Okay, well, I guess maybe I'll see you guys there.
She ain't waiting around for you. Cause and effect, right? Action and consequences. So you made that choice, deal with the consequences. I am happy that he's given music another chance. God, I love this movie. It's such a good grounds for conversation. Aw, Pops game. Shout out to you, Pops.
All right, gang, listen up. Tonight could change your life. You might be looking for a new line of work.
Interesting. Okay. For any of you who are on the fence, please notice how differently he just addressed this group compared to how he addressed the college students. There's a clear difference in there. It's like you're going into this play with him saying, let's have fun, do your best, so many possibilities. Compare that to earlier scenes where he's cussing them the out. I mean, if you're on his side at this point, you're trolling. I mean, not saying that they need to be sides or anything, but it's like, it's clear, you know? I bet they respect him more for giving them that information. He showed that he's confident in them, that like they have possibilities and all that. So you going into this with a good feeling in your stomach, as opposed to you go into playing this with like, oh man, I don't want to mess up because he's gonna eat me alive. I may be preaching to the choir, but these are reactions. You guys are here for my thoughts, and I'm freely giving them. This is gonna be a long video. Because I feel like they're going in with less stress now, like less pressure.
You think I'm fucking stupid?
What?
I know it was you.
Oh, he was playing him. This bitch is a villain. Because of what he said earlier, right? If you do a good job here, it's gonna further your career. But if you mess up here, they will never forget. So like, say bye-bye to your career. This bitch was manipulating till the very last moment. So him getting a drink with him, seemingly trying to get closer to him inviting him. Wow, I was bamboozled. I was bamboozled. Again, just like before in college, he sets you up so he can tear you down, which is what he's trying to do to him here. I'm rooting for you, Andrew.
And we're going to do some old standards for you, but first we're going to start out with a new tune, Upswingin'.
He gave him the wrong music notes. He gave him the wrong chart. I'm in disbelief. Okay, this is the last time, but it's like, this shows you how evil he is. Because he's very big on his own personal reputation. But for him to put his reputation on the line, to prove this point, to destroy his career, this is like someone saying, nah, I'm not dying, we're dying, and pulling the plug. Oh, this bitch is evil. I've came across a lot of good villains in the last month of watching reaction channels. No Country for Old Men, Sugar. But this motherfucker right here? Oh, hell no. My palms are sweating. My palms are sweating for Andrew right now. And he's enjoying watching Andrew fail. Wow, no claps. Barely.
Yeah, I guess maybe you don't have it.
I'm in disbelief, guys. Like, this man is pure evil. Oh, he got him. Just give him a hug.
What are you doing?
I have chills, guys. I have chills, guys. I have chills.
I'm guessing most of you folks have heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, play with him. He said, F you. Yeah. This man is just improvising. Shut up, yeah. It's almost like he's waited his whole life for this. Sorry to break the music, but let me nerd out a little bit. If any of you are wrestling fans, this is like reversing a finisher with your own reversal. Like, This is like a double finisher reversal. That is, oh yeah, this is so good. Look at him go. Cause yes, he has a chip on his shoulder. He gotta prove that he is him. Are you panicking, sir? Go, kid. Go crazy, kid. He's enjoying it. You sick fuck. The back and forth is wild. Yo. Oh, this motherfucker said I ain't done. He said I ain't done. They had to bring the lights back on. In your f***ing face, Baldy.
I'll cue you.
He said, I'll cue you. He's bleeding, guys. You can tell everybody in that audience is impressed. Like, it's just him and the world right now. When the pressure was highest. I know you're dad. I know you're proud, Dad. I know you're proud. Yeah. Wow, look at him fixing it for him. Wow, he's impressing his villain. Guys, I got goosebumps, yo. Andrew, you freaking savage. Andrew, you really are him. He just keeps doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling. When you make your villain a believer. This man took his jacket off. Woo! Wow, the close-ups. Man. What an ending. He was so good, and in that last moment he got that acknowledgement that he was yearning for. But not just getting that acknowledgement that he was yearning for. After this, it's like his career will be made. And again, I almost don't want to give him that satisfaction, because it's his conniving and his manipulation, even down to this final scene that he set him up in front of all these people, that made Andrew go to a place that he wouldn't have gone otherwise. But at the same time, I feel like there are other ways to reach that place. It's kind of like if you're a Star Wars fan, there's the light side and the dark side, right? Clearly, it's like the dark side is more powerful, but the light side is just better and truer. You know what I'm saying? It's more in sync with the world and everything. But the dark side, you get stronger quicker. You know what I'm saying? With the dark side, you're stronger quicker. There are things that only dark side users can use. There are moves and things that only them can do. But like in the end, the dark side is always self-sabotaging. You know what I mean? The light side takes more work, more patience and all that, and it's softer, but it's still the truest form of the Force. If you're not a Star Wars fan, I'm sorry, but I'm a big Star Wars fan, and that's what I peeped from there. I don't think this outro is going to be long, because I said essentially all my thoughts in the movie. I think this movie resonated with me because I've had struggles in my art journey as well, getting to the point where I see so much the importance of being told you can't do it. Because being an artist is like, even in school or anything, we're in a circle. Hey, what are you studying? I'm studying physics. What are you studying? I'm studying accounting. I'm studying this. What are you studying? I'm studying art. Oh. There's stuff like that, not only just within students, but within society and stuff. Like, art runs everything. You know, art is important because, like, it feeds the soul so much. Everything is important, but, like, art feeds the soul in a lot of ways. So art is always neglected, and I've had people tell me to my face, either directly or indirectly, how unimpressed they were because I was choosing to study art and to waste my funds in art school. The amount of fulfillment that being an artist and going through school studying that, regardless of all the ups and downs, the amount of fulfillment that has given me to, like, everything I've done, commissions, art shows, galleries, galas, teaching, everything. I don't know if I would have gotten that fulfillment if I went to school and studied something that was not my passion to study. But yeah, I can see the importance of getting better at your art through hardship. But like Andrew said, there has to be a line. And this motherfucker crossed the line so many times. Like, everything was kind of fun and good, but when he started smacking him, like, physically, and knowing that he had a hand in the other kid taking his own life. And I love that this movie didn't have, like, a perfect ending in the romantic sense. Because, yeah, he knew he was giving up something by chasing his dream, right? Cause and effect, right? Like, accountability has to be there that, okay, I pushed you away because I wanted to focus on my goal. And even now that you're over that, I don't expect her to be still there waiting for him to come back. That's not just realistic, and I love how that wasn't there. Like I said all my thoughts. The acting in this movie was ridiculous. From both the leads. Freaking ridiculous. Like, J.K. Simmons ate. He cleaned the whole plate. And like I said, I'm sure he had to learn how to drum really good for this part. Like, he did a fantastic job. Whew. This movie was a wild ride. It definitely took a lot out of me. I would love to have some conversations about this movie in the comment section. I welcome it. I appreciate it. Try to be respectful. If not, we'll see how that goes. I enjoy the block button a lot, so fuck around and find out. I'm okay with taking argument or disagreement as long as you're respectful. So I appreciate you guys watching the movie. Those of you who love the reaction, thank you so much. Hit that like button. Consider subscribe if you want to see more things like this. I enjoyed this movie. Now I see why it's on the top 200 on IMDb. This was solid. I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you. I will see you next time.